think this is finally it. By the next sunrise, whoever has the most support will be the victor, chosen by the royal magic.
At this point, our approval rating should be neck and neck.
We've gathered enough support to be a match for the Blackguard, but we could be undone by the slightest change in the winds.
I mean, the royal scepter's in Luis's hands now. Whoever the royal magic picks, we'll still have to go stop him.
It is a feat only we can accomplish.
We'll get it done. And Del, you better be watching.
No matter what happens, I will protect you. Tis my oath.
You'll come back, right? It feels just like it did on the day Papa left. Oh, I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't cry. Oh.
Don't worry. Everything will turn out fine. Right, Your Highness?
I'll come back as king.
Right. Then I won't cry. I'll wait for you.
Luis seemed earnest in his wishes, at least. We'd be mistaken to cast him as a villain of pure black and white. But whatever his motives, it doesn't change the fact that his methods amount to massacre. Even if there's more to Luis's arguments than it seemed, you're all my friends. We've come this far together, and I'll always believe in you over him.
Yes, I agree.
'Tis a sentiment you know we all share. Let us vanquish Luis and rebuild our country.
I am glad we travel as friends. I thought that the reason we are less susceptible to the Magla's maddening power was thanks to our mastery of the archetypes. But perhaps it's something else. We just need someone with whom our hearts connect. Someone who is willing to face the same anxiety alongside us and move forward.
Indeed. I too was a slave to my despair, but you all helped me find my way back. I know I'd be lost without you.
Weren't we all at some point? Oh, this is getting a bit syrupy, even for me. Let's just make sure we survive. So the people of a new kingdom can hear our tales.
Then we better have a proper bash once we're back safe and sound. You let the good lady Fabia know we're reserving the place. Hey, Maria?
Okay. I'll ask her to cook something delicious too.
Now that'd be a treat. She cooked this fantastic red grass beedo the first time I was here, and it's been on my mind since.
By request, I've pushed the Skyrunner to her absolute limits too. On my honor as a right, I swear the old girl will get us there in one piece. Bit of a one-way trip, though. Can't promise a return flight.
Well, we're used to improvising escape routes. Tomorrow we settle this, once and for all.
We're finally heading into that storm of Magla, where Luis is waiting for us. When you're ready, just pick the location on your map. Hello there, friends, and welcome back to more Melancholy Fantazio. Last time, we spent the remaining days we had available to us going around and wrapping up all the little things we had yet to see, and spending time with each of our followers and getting some key items. And something I want to note on that is the Sachet of Calm that we got from Gallica, +5 magic when channeling the mage lineage. The only archetype to not get any of these bonuses is the, well, Prince archetype, technically. But because the Prince has access to so many other cool things, we don't really need to worry about any of those bonuses. So, here we go.
We've come too far to waver now. Nowhere left to go but forward.
Let's route a map towards the Tyrant Star.
It's time.
The Tyrant Star. We've only got one shot to go there, and tomorrow's too late.
Let's head there.
A storm of Magla created by the Royal Scepter. Luis awaits a final confrontation in its eye.
All right.
Luis is waiting for us here. Today, we settle this once and for all.
Wait.
Ready to take on Luis? Once we set off, there's no turning back. Understand? Let's go. Understood. Just say the word and I'll have us set and ready.
So we bring the fight.
All right, we're off. Let's keep our wits about us. One final trip for the road.
It's a vortex of tremendous magic. The magla in the air is so dense I can almost grasp it in hand.
Eurus! That was not an encouraging sound.
Blast! So much for the armored hull.
Come up, man! You have to find a way through this!
Well, consequences can come later. I'm taking off her limiters. Hold on. Come on, old girl. We're partners. Keep it together.
It is not so much a place as it is raw magla, furious and unchecked. The shores of the hereafter spill forth from the royal scepter, now in the hands of Luis. If it is the sun that proclaims the day, and the moon that ushers the night, then the celestial lord of these red skies, ill with anxiety, is the tyrant star. We await tidings, be they favorable or ruinous. The future of the kingdom will at last be decided.
Close shave. Rather too close. But we made it. But that rattling doesn't sound too clever. I think this is as far as the old girl goes.
It's broken? But what about our way back?
Calm down, old thing. I'll try some repairs. It's just I've never seen her in such a bad way.
'Tis as we expected then. We have no escape route.
Well, if things get rough out there, you can give me a shout. Still got the bunks if you need some rest to pull yourself together.
Right. Let's move.
At last.
It's all been building up to this. Ready? Time to deal with Luis. Welcome to the Tyrant Star, our true final dungeon. Okay, so the Tyrant Star, of course we also have more here in case you want to go to Academia, but the Tyrant Star as our final dungeon, this is the point of no return. Unfortunately, we have no exit strategy, and so you're stuck here. That's why I said make sure you have all your preparations in line. If you want to go over to Nuris, what's the matter, chap? You want to rest for a spell? We can rest in the Gauntlet Runner, restoring all of our HP and MP as many times as we want. This is a godsend. Take advantage of this as you're going through the Tyrant Star. It is your best friend. Also, if we say there's something I need, why, I've just got the stuff for the situation, for I am in possession of a splendid array of goods. What do you seek? Do you intend to charge us? Why, milady, the supplies come from the fine city folk themselves, and I assure you they expect me to return and pay for them.
Okay.
Oh, so that's how it is. We can't use what we need without shelling out.
Right then.
Now, let's cool this fiery ingratitude. Let's just take a gander at my lovely wares and celebrate my grand opening. Even though it's the end of the world, I still have to shell out cash for stuff. Nurse here has a pretty decent lineup of items. Honestly, the most important one being the Aridan's Thread. He also has weapons in case you are needing an archetype that you probably already don't have a weapon for. Essentially, this is the updated version of Grand Trad's weapons section. Same thing with armor and accessories. If you're desperately in need of any upgrades, this is your place to get them. Obviously, as you can see, I've already spent all of my cash. Thanks for your patronage, lad. Let me know if there's anything else you need. Oh, don't worry. We will be visiting you to take a nap every now and then. With this, I would suggest exploring the Tyrant Star with a group of people that you're going to be able to clear out any type of enemies with. I think this setup that I have right now is going to be perfectly okay. I essentially ran it with the Coliseum as kind of a test run, and because Juna is able to inflict a full weakness to fire, and then Yufa can follow up with Dragon God, this is a pretty strong lineup, and then Sterling will kind of just cover any of their extra weaknesses. Something else I want to mention about Will, especially his archetype, is now that we have the Chronicle of the End, we obtained a new synthesis skill, Armageddon's Final Sire. It will deal flat 9,999 damage to all enemies. Now, you need 3 Royal Archetype allies on your party in order to actually activate this, and it requires 99 MP and 3, I count them, 3 turn icons with the Utilitarian's Manual. It's 4 otherwise. This is the ultimate just regular enemy wipe button. And it's useful against some bosses, technically, but essentially you're going to be using this to take down some of the really, really annoying mobs you can find here in the Tyrant Star. And thanks to Nurse and all of our Cursed Love ballads, the cost really isn't all that bad. So we will be taking advantage of Armageddon's final sire. Alright, so let's go ahead and begin traversing the Tyrant Star to slay our arch-enemy, Luis.
Let's do it.
This is the end. The mission we were assigned, the duty the prince was born into. Let's see them both to success.
Ready?
Time to move forward. Are you ready? Let's go. We will soon confront Luis and finally put an end to him. This place is more horrifying than I had imagined. It really is like the end of the world.
This is.
The place cannot become so warped simply through melicanization. There's nothing here other than Magla. So this is Luis's ideal world, a new era in which only humans survive. Is this truly the world Luis envisioned the whole time? A world built on power alone would be so desperately lonely. Please be careful. I feel a powerful presence. Several, in fact, and none of them are Luis. Safe to assume he set up traps for us then. We best deal with whatever she's sensing head on.
Yep.
True. We have no idea what would happen if we left them be. So let's press on and dismantle his plans. The Tyrant Star is a relatively short dungeon. It's essentially a straight shot to Luis just by traversing and fighting a bunch of powerful mobs and humans. As you can see, a lot of these enemies are going to be a bit stronger than we're used to. Level 72, even though we do have some extra lackeys here as well. Obviously, we also have some Fatal Liches that, oh god, they're gonna be trying to attack me. I wanna see if I can't fight these birds, though.
It's too late for you.
I don't think these guys are relatively too strong, but essentially the general enemy here in the Tyrant Star are just on average a bit stronger than you're normally used to. But of course, as it is with pretty much any dungeon, after a little while, you will be able to grow up your strength and be able to take advantage of just your extra new powers and wipe these guys out no problem. If you roll a slash, didn't kill it, but maybe Brave Blade will kill? No, 880 and a recover from stun. Riveting. Okay, there we go. We killed enough of these conquistados in our time. We're not too bad.
Great work, everyone.
Prioritize getting unscathed triumphs here if you can. Oof, Hero's Leaf of Lights. I guess that also includes something else I need to talk about. Make sure you don't run out of Hero's Leaf of Lights. I would suggest if you are getting high on these, put all of them into Will. That way you can work towards that achievement. So I'm gonna go ahead and dump pretty much all of my Hero's Leaf of Lights into Will real fast. Alrighty, there we go. As I was saying, the Tyrant Star is a relatively short dungeon. It is just filled to the brim with monsters and humans all over the place. It is best to just keep your wits about you. In fact, if you have any of those finisher noodles, this is a pretty good place to use them if you are just trying to clear out the area and get to the next zone as fast as possible. As again, you're pretty much going to be surrounded by some of the most dangerous enemies in the entire game. In fact, the most dangerous overworld enemies in the entire game, just all around you. Now, there are these little rock areas right over here that will take you to another section of the dungeon. This is one that I would suggest ignoring for right now. I will be taking care of all of the extra presences that Yufa is feeling later. First things first, let's try to secure our route to Luis himself. Let's move through this path, go up around here. We find ourselves with an Elementa and a bunch of Tentas. All right, this is a Dark Elementa, so we already know how to deal with these guys. We should be able to just quickly, actually, I mean, we could do like a Hellfire Dance and then trigger with Dragon God, do some decent damage. Also, Vishnu probably could have helped, but this is cheaper. This is technically cheaper. Grab this mag, make sure to have archetypal rings on anyone you're not gonna have just in the battle. That way we can take advantage of all of our extra 80 XP. Grab ourselves the Kaiser's Pickle Hob right there, which let's go ahead and check that out. I believe that is, there we go. Kaiser's Pickle Haub, I feel like I'm pronouncing that wrong, is a helmet worn by King from a long bygone era. Strength, magic, and endurance +5. This is pretty good. I think that should go to probably Yufa. Yggdrasil Crown is pretty good, though. Maybe Juna? Yeah, let's do Juna, I think, if she can actually wear it. Nope, she can't wear it, because Max Dancer moment. Well... Alright, I guess it'll go to Hulkenberg. It'll increase her defense by quite a bit. The strength in magic isn't too crazy, but the endurance will definitely help. Okay, ooh, okay, I didn't even realize he was there. Okay, as you can tell, we are not welcome here in the Tyrant Star. It's a dangerous place to be. Keep yourself safe as much as you can. Okay, dodge that. Go around this section. Kill these little weak enemies if we can. There we go. Take whatever we can get. Go down this lower path. There are trance crystals galore in this dungeon. So, again, if you are interested in farming Reeve, this is a good place to... This is a good place to do it, but also don't get caught by the Fatal Lich. Petrakarn's a little annoying. Death Scythe could be bad. Okay, no, we got Resist, good. Okay, Vidaratha is not great, but this is fine because we can just quickly do this, escape from the battle. And we'll just keep running. I want to go ahead and mention the soundtrack for this dungeon. Melancholy Star is used in a lot of other places in the game. It's used for, well, the title screen, and it's also used for whenever you are summoning a new archetype in Academia for the first time. It's used obviously it's used quite a lot. And so there's a little bit of a, the journey is coming full circle with this track playing us out in our final journey against, to track down and kill Luis. And while I really like that narrative roundabout way of doing things, I must admit, we're gonna be spending quite a bit of time here in the Melancholy Star. And trust me when I say, I got very tired of the first 10 notes of this song. Because you hear it a lot when you awaken archetypes, and you also hear it a lot whenever you finish combat in this dungeon. Oh, that is a big Homotenta. Okay, we want to get close to this guy, start a battle. Now this enemy, well, set of enemies is really important. The Argent Crown Homotenta and the Ore Crown Homotenta. These are the most powerful Homotentas in the entire game. We've got the Queen and the King. Now, the Queen Homotenta repels all magic attacks and is also highly resistant to almighty damage, which is one of the few enemies that is. In the Ore Crown Homotenta, it repels physical attacks and is also highly resistant to almighty damage. However, as you can see in their common drops, they drop unique items. The Mirror of Atsulith and the Mirror of Asaya. These are some of the best items in the entire game, and you definitely want to grab these. Of course, they're not guaranteed, but the best way of handling these enemies in order to try and get access to these drops is to utilize Armageddon's Final Sire. It will just pierce through their resistances and will just completely do 10,000 damage to them, killing them instantly.
Coordination is key!
How's that?
An amazing looking attack as well. You definitely want a Unscathed Triumph on these guys as well. And we got a Mirror of Atsulith. Perfect. 5,800 AEXP, by the way. And with the extra archetypal rings, we are going to be getting 50 Heroes Leaf of Light. Yeah. We are getting a lot of them by fighting these guys. Of course, be sure to fight the little grunts around here. This segment's right here, and there's another area in there's another little area within the Tyrant Star that is also a pretty good area to be farming mag, but we'll get into that in just a second. So we have the Serene Hair Headband and also the mirrors of Atsulith to talk about. So let's go over to gear, and if I can find the Serene Headband, okay, hang on, let's just go by newest. Serene Headband. A pure white headband that reflects true inner peace. Increases evasion against slash, pierce, and strike. Very good item. And then, if we go by newest here, the Mirror of Atsulith repels magic affinities. All of them, except for Almighty, of course. Repels fire, ice, electric, wind, light, and dark. This accessory is incredible against enemies that don't have any of those checks, like the Elegy of the Soul that we fought, where they, well, can repel. They will just instant kill you if you repel anything. Pretty much against any enemy that isn't them, this is an incredible accessory. The Mirror of Asaya, the sister accessory to this, is essentially an accessory that will repel all physical damage or physical affinities. So be sure to grab one of those if you can. Obviously it's RNG, and thankfully we'll be running into more of those enemies in here if we're lucky. So hopefully we'll get another chance to do that. Also, we got another 50 Heroes Leaf of Lights, so I'm gonna be dumping those into Will just real fast. Okay. Since I went ahead and mastered the Assassin and the Gunner, I got a lot of extra agility, which will be nice. Damn, a dead end.
What?
Strange, isn't it? But I'm sensing something. This doesn't feel like a dead end at all.
What if...
I wonder, it is possible that these stones move? Move? What do you mean? From what I can observe with my third eye, the magla that covers these stones is somehow connected to the magla from a place further on. You mean if we get on these rocks, they'll take us somewhere? Can't say I'm too thrilled about that idea.
What do you think?
Want to climb on the rock? Seems like the strong presence is still in this area, though. Let's do it.
That's true.
We'll never know if we don't try, after all. Please be careful. The flow appears tremendously swift. Wait! God damn it! Ah! Finally here, eh? Damn, felt like we were traveling forever. Seems as though we've come quite far in. Look around, our surroundings appear to have changed.
Look!
The strange light must be the center of all this. So that's where Luis is then. Let's get a move on towards that light.
But then...
I must say, however, I still feel these strong presences here. We can't exactly leave them be.
Right?
Yeah, if we don't do something about those before we face Luis. Let's keep an eye out. Don't worry, we will. Feels like one wrong step and we'll be squashed. Is it that thing we sense? It might be, but we're not going to worry about that right now. We're going to continue to explore the Tyrant Star proper. This area, of course, is a little more dangerous than the first segment we fought. We're in the Melancholia depths now. We're going to be seeing even stronger enemies, and that includes more humans. As we can see here, there are new variations of various types of humans we have fought already. Since we're going to be going up against a bunch of these guys, I think it'd be best if we take advantage of our finisher noodles here. Use the finisher noodles, come in here, clean these guys out before they get a chance to fight back. There we go, okay. Down here is 2 trance crystals and a human. This trance crystal will spawn homotentas exclusively. This is an incredible place to farm resources, especially since there's a chance it can spawn lower level homotentas like that guy right there. If you're interested in using deck collection, find one of those weaker homotentas and just basically farm resources off of him. Essentially, I can showcase that right now. Hang on. Run up to this guy, set everything up, and we'll get a few weak guys, of course. These Azure homotentas aren't gonna be too bad. They're only level 15. These guys, the Ochre homotentas, aren't too bad either. But essentially what you need to do is you just run up here, we do some deck collection against homotenta, and any time that there is any real problem, we just heal up with some items, or we, if you're running low on MP, we have all of those Cursed Love Ballads, so obviously there shouldn't be any problem with that, right? Don't worry about getting Unscathed Triumph, you're literally going to be farming tons of mag here, and these guys are going to be doing barely any damage to you at all. In fact, you're going to be probably dodging most of their attacks as is. If you want to put it in equip a dodger ring, you can too. But essentially, have someone here who will just use any of your Cursed Love Ballads to farm your MP, and bada bing, bada boom, you've got yourself a pretty good mag farming spot. Deck collection here, deck collection there. I'll see you after I'm done farming a decent amount. I won't go too overboard, but I just wanted to go ahead and showcase these. Hi, this is me editing this video from the future. There were a few things that I didn't mention regarding this strategy that I want to go ahead and put in here now because I don't ever talk about this again. For one, make sure you have a passive on at least one of your party members called Item Connoisseur that will double the effectiveness of consumables. That way you'll get more benefit out of your Cursed Love Ballads, and that way you won't have to worry about just using 99 of them. You'll have a lot more usage out of them. Also, don't do what I did. Swap your game to easy mode so that whenever you're farming AEXP, And mag, not so much, but especially AEXP bonuses, you will get much more than you would if you were on normal or hard mode. I was a dumbass and decided to do all of this grinding on hard mode, and it slowed me down a lot. So those are the two big things I want to mention right there. Alright, after a little bit of resource farming for about maybe, I don't know, 5 minutes, we do Rune Flame Flower, take these guys out, and we will just see how much mag we got. It's gonna be a lot. 41,688 mag. Yeah, that's a good number right there. We're now at 267,000 mag. It's been a long time, if at all, that we had more mag than money, which is insane. The enemies that, the King and Queen Homotentas can also spawn in this area. It's a little rare, and you'll probably have to rezone in order to try and get them to spawn here, but they can spawn in this little section as well if you want to farm the Mirror of Asaya, which I will try to do. Right now, I'm going to be unlocking a bunch of archetypes on Will and hopefully trying to level them up. Okay, so we're at 77% unlock right here. By grabbing the ninja, we should be able to wrap up our ability to get to the 80% archetype mastery. So this will be pretty useful. At 80% archetype mastery, we start to get some of the big rewards for obviously unlocking archetypes. Oh well. I see the number of archetypes you've studied has grown. I am very pleased. My own research is coming along quite nicely, thanks to you. It's not much, but please take this as a token of my thanks. It's not much! Man, it's the Reverend Crown! It's the Reverend Crown! It's a literal crown! For 80% archetype mastery on Will, you will obtain the Reverend Crown. This gear piece is a Will exclusive equipment piece. Only one worthy of the throne can wear this crown. At the start of turn increases turn icons by 1. We get an extra turn icon when we have this equipped. Yes, please, put this on. It's super, super good. Is it the best gear piece in the game? No, but is it incredible? Yes, it is insanely good. But yeah, so that's, oh hey, look, I was just talking about you. Hang on, give me a second. Let me send one of my cursed love ballads onto my group real fast. There we go. Make sure everyone has a little bit more MP. I also need to make sure that my party does have royal archetype individuals, otherwise this doesn't work. Let's see here. Who is not on a royal archetype? You are not on a royal archetype. Everyone else should be on a royal archetype. Perfect. Start a fight with you. As you can see, oh, we also got Victory Foresight along with it, so we get even more turn icons? Ooh, look at that, yeah! Too bad we're gonna actually pass turn all of these. And we're just gonna go over here and use Armageddon's Final Sire, kill these guys, and hopefully we get Mirror of Asaya? Question mark? Please? Please give me Mirror of Asaya? I already have Mirror of Etzalith.
Okay, I don't think there's any more backup.
I got another Mirror of Etzalith. I mean, I'll take it. It's good. It's really, really good. 5,800 AE look at that, 49 Heroes Leaf of Lights. Yeah, it's probably because I didn't have one of the accessories on. Once again, we have even more Heroes Leaf of Lights. Guess where that's going? So now that we're at 80% archetype mastery with Will, where exactly should you put your Heroes Leaf of Lights if you want to? Well, I would suggest 2 options. 1, get Will to 100% archetype mastery. It's required for an achievement, so you'll need to do it eventually if you're going for 100% Steam achievements or PlayStation achievements, anything like that. It's an achievement. If you don't want to go with that and you just want to try and grab some of the best items you can, I would highly suggest getting Yufa to 100% archetype mastery. The reward that she gets is one of the best in the entire game, especially for the summoner archetype lineage. So I would suggest her as your next option for boosting her stuff up. After Yufa, I would go Juna. Everyone else is kind of secondary, but I would go Will, Yufa, and Juna, then Juna in terms of priority. I'm going to be continuing to boost up Will, so we're going to be just working on him a bit more. Okay, we're going to keep these 2 trans crystals active, though. You can destroy them for Hero Jewels routes. I'm going to keep them open because I just don't really care enough to try and fight these right now, and obviously the teeth are scary. There is a teleporter pad right over here that'll move us to another area. I'm going to hold off on that, and we're going to keep moving forward. I'm also going to top off our HP and move my squad back to the way it was, which means Izme, Basilio, you guys go back, and we grab Stroll and Yufa. Also, our MP is struggling. I could go back and put ourselves on Nurse's healing beds. I don't know exactly where I was going with that sentence, but we have so many cursed love ballads. We're good. We just send it like that and we're maxed out already. Let's keep moving forward. Down here is a almighty panacea. Now you might be wondering, why are you doing all of this farming right now? Well, other than it being the final dungeon and there's really nothing else you can do, if you are interested in doing New Game Plus, especially if you want to do the Regicide difficulty, do all of your farming now. Obtaining archetypes and leveling them up becomes significantly harder in Regicide, and if you want to have access to all of your cool stuff, do all of the farming you need to now. It may not be exactly very glamorous since, well, you're basically sitting in Luis's backyard just trying to farm resources while there's a story beat going on, but I would highly suggest that. And as someone who is going to be doing, well, New Game Plus, spoiler alert, I want to make sure I have this. Obviously, as you can see here, we've got another one of the King and Queens, so we're gonna pass turn over to Will, and we're gonna use Armageddon's Final Sire. Try our best to get the item I want. I need a Mirror of Asaya. I have 2 Mirror Vessels already. Can I please see a Mirror of Asaya? Question mark? Come on. Give me it, please. Please, 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 please. Stupid Mirror of Exodus. I got 2 of them and no Mirror of Asayas. God damn it. Oh well, it's okay. Over here we have 3 Trance Crystals. If you're looking to farm EXP, this is probably your best place to do it, as there are tons of human enemies. You can fight them normally if you want to through squad battles, or you can just wait for them to come at you and kill them normally. You'll be getting quite a bit of EXP even in the overworld, and so it's not a bad place if you want to farm levels. I am not in a position where I need to farm levels at all. We are perfectly okay, and so that's not necessary. 2 more Trance Crystals here with even more human enemies. If you somehow break the other ones and don't have access to that, they're coming after me! You know what? We got so many of them. Let's just pop another Vanishing Mules and make them regret coming after me. There we go. Woo! There we go. There we go. Look at that. We got about 4,000 EXP just from fighting them in the overworld with Finisher Noodles. You can farm and obtain more Finisher Noodles if you really want to. Obviously, I didn't, but if you really want to, there you go. You can farm 99 of these guys and get pretty good. And then right over here, of course, Plateau awaits us, which means you know what this is. This path right here leads us straight to Luis. As I told you, the Tyrant Star is a pretty small dungeon, but it has extra tricks up its sleeve. For right now, we're gonna be going back to the entrance. Let's talk to Nurse and heal ourselves up. Yeah, I wanted to rest for a moment. Well, take a load off inside the runner. Don't push yourself too hard, because if you die, we can't replace you. That's true. Feeling a bit more chipper now? Good, because we're all counting on you, Your Highness. So, now that we have seen the entirety of the Tyrant Star, what do? Well, there's 2 options. One, you go, well, I guess 3. You go after Luis. I would suggest not doing that right now unless you want a crazy challenge. Because option 2 is going after those extra enemies, extra presences that UFO was sensing. Go after them first, I would suggest. Or option 3, and the one that I'll be doing for the rest of the episode, is farming all of the stuff you need to. This third option, again, is not required. If you've been following along, and even if you haven't been doing any of the extra grinds from the previous episode or today's, you are perfectly fit to go and fight the final boss, and you would be pretty good. You might have a little bit of a challenge, but hey, what's the harm in that? It's gonna be perfectly okay. If you want to fight the final boss right now and you aren't interested in doing 100% or anything like that, go face him right now, you will be fine. However, for masochists like myself, or completionists, but I mean, really, what's the difference? What do you want to do? At this point in time, I am going to be farming enough resources in order to max out the Archetype Mastery on every single party member. Now, realistically speaking, that'll take maybe about an hour and a half or 2 hours of farming, give or take. You need about 1 million mag total in order to get every single archetype unlocked, which is all you really need, and you need quite a bit of Hero's Leaf of Lights in order to make that happen as well. So you're going to be doing a lot of farming regardless of what you want to do. So, I'll see you in just a little bit, because it's going to take me a little bit. I will say this, even if you are someone who isn't interested in leveling up every single archetype in order to, well, get access to archetype masteries, I would still highly suggest that you at the very least obtain all of the mag necessary, or that you should necessarily need, in order to get this done in New Game Plus if that's something you're interested in doing. Because mag requirements are doubled in Regicide. So obviously if you want to go into Regicide and have, you could do your AEXP farming there, but at least get the required mag to get this ready to go, or else you'll have a big problem come Regicide.
6.5 hours later.
I'm finally free! It's been 7 hours, but I have finally done it! I finally did it! Once again, if you aren't interested in doing Regicide, don't do this. Please, do not do this. This grind sucks. It sucks. But for 100% completion, it's important to do so. Anyways, let's go ahead and talk about what happened. So, because we were able to just sit there and farm resources for a long time, we have gotten a lot of stat boosts. Will here, as he is normally with just a little bit of gear, has 91 magic. And if we look at him with Prince set up, look at this stat spread. Same thing with Stroll as it's been 7 hours, give me a second. A Royal Warrior right here. 90 strength, 70 endurance. Hulkenberg has 98 endurance. She's an absolute goddess. Heismay here has 99 agility and 62 luck, which is not bad. Juna has 99 magic and 76 agility. She is fast. Yufa has 85 magic, which is really good, and is just pretty balanced overall. And Basilio has 99 strength and 86 endurance. Now, on screen now, I am going to showcase the rewards for if you were to increase the archetype masteries for every single character to 90% and 100%, as you will get a special weapon for certain archetype lineages as you go through that. And then we'll take a quick look at what they actually do. So, for Will, we obtained the King's Sovereignty, which is a powerful weapon. It is the strongest sword in the entire game with attack 500 and will prevent anxiety for all allies. This is the best weapon to be going into the final battle with. However, for narrative purposes, I'm going to be sticking with the Dragon's Legacy for the rest of the story, and I'll be leaning into King's Sovereignty whenever we're doing New Game Plus. We also obtained an item for the merchants. If I were to go into my list here, we also obtained the Fortune Abacus at 90% completion for Will, which is essentially an abacus that gives luck plus 5, 500 attack power, and removes the cost of money skills. Super strong. For getting Stroll to level to 90% completion, we get the Kongmi Signal, which is a 500 attack power semaphore for the Commander lineage with magic plus 5, and will significantly increase Almighty attack strength. Since the archetype lineage has access to things like Mega Dalone, this is not bad. He also obtains the Dynastic Blade, which is a powerful sword that'll significantly increase slash attack strength. This doesn't stack with the passives that the Royal Warrior already gets, so you're really only getting the damage boost from this, but it's still decent. Now, I mentioned why Yufa is such a high priority in terms of maxing her archetype mastery out, and that is because of the Mystic Crozier here. 500 attack power and reduces the turn icon of costs of synthesis skills. It has a built-in utilitarian's manual into it, which is just so good. Hulkenberg's Save the King also gives 500 attack power, endurance plus 10, and will nullify the single weakness of the Royal Knight, making her essentially an unstoppable tank. So if we were to equip that on her, we could put the Save the King on there, and all of a sudden, she has no weaknesses whatsoever. In fact, we want them to hit us with electric, so that way she gets the block trigger. Personally speaking, I still think it is best to have the beloved Greatsword on Stroll, as he'll get more bonuses from this. But the Dynastic Blade is not a bad choice if you just want just straight up damage output. However, I'll be keeping the beloved Greatsword on him because I think that's just overall a better weapon. Goemon's Hidden Blade for the Thief lineage, once you have Heismei at 100% Archetype Mastery, will give increased success of stealing skills and agility +8, as well as the sword just being Almighty based. Pretty strong. I would definitely put this over anything else, unless you're going for like a damage build with Heismei on Royal Thief, then I guess you could probably do the Dissecting Katana, but nah, Goemon's Hidden Blade will be just fine. Juna has the Heroine's Fan, which is magic +5 and will significantly increase the strength of all magic. Incredibly well and very useful. If you are interested in putting her on Elemental Master, at 90% she gives the Yggdrasil Staff, which is a 500 attack power staff with magic +5 that'll also have the same effect as the Heroine's Fan, which is really good. Then, of course, there's Yuffie with the Mystic Crosier. This is just an incredible weapon. It is my second favorite weapon in the entire game, especially for Yuffie, and this is just genuinely one of the best weapons in the whole game. It's just a built-in utilitarian's manual for Yuffie. She's already going to be doing a lot of damage. Like, this is just so good. This is just such a good staff, and it also looks really cool too, but we'll see that later. And then Basilio got Axe of the Old God, which has significantly increased his strike attack strength, which is not bad. Again, it has the same passive as the Royal Berserker already, but the damage output isn't too bad. It is technically just stronger in every way to the Edge of Calamity, so you're not really losing anything if you just go for the Axe of the Old God. After all this, I got maybe about a total of 300 gold gauntlets, and I sold all of them for what you can see. I have about 3 million reeve. Yeah, we are not going to be running out of money anytime soon. And the total mag cost for this was about 1.5 million. So, yeah. It was a lot. It was a lot. Either way, that's going to do it for me. I'm going to go get some food because it's been 7 hours. So, next time on Melancholy Fantazio, now that all of our preparations have been made, we begin taking care of the things that Yuffie has been sensing around the Tyrant Star. So, with that said, I'll see you soon.